With that life. With life! I'm so fucking sorry. I'm the blame for being late. That's literally on me. I fucked up. I was so involved watching what's called Welcome to Demon School with Iruma, and I went from episode 1 all the way to season 2, episode 2 in what? A span of a day? Or less than a day, I think. So it's addicted because I'm having a blast, but I'm also waiting on that special moment. It has a special moment here and there, but for the most part, it doesn't go get serious, and that's a shame because when it went serious, it showed me that it can be great. Um, once, but where are my manners? Weave, how are you? What you been watching?
I'm fine. Been a hectic week. Yeah, what I've been watching. Uh, been mostly actually playing AI the Somnium Files. I haven't been watching a lot, but I haven't catching up with some of the new anime this season. I've seen Isekai Oji-san, the uncle from another world, which was pretty good. The first episode. Uh,
So it is started. I need to watch that also.
of course I've watched it through very legitimate sources.
Hmm?
Uh, so yeah, I'm not sure if there's another new episode out, but
How many
it's
episodes
what-
are there?
uh, yeah, according to there should be at least one, but maybe the second one is also out already.
Oh wow, it's just one episode. And is it 20 minutes or is it longer?
No, it does have a regular episode length. Oh, the second episode is out too.
Okay.
But the first one's pretty cool. Yeah, it's the yeah, entire concept of uncle who are due to slip into a coma, and then when he wakes up, he claims to his his nephew that he's was living in isekai, but he doesn't believe him until he actually shows him some magic.
Yeah, so 20 minutes for I'm waiting then. I'm not gonna watch it right now. I have way too many things to watch. I stopped watching what's called a slam dunk after that match because I'm like, okay, the climax is there and I don't know. I just stopped. I'm gonna get back to it, but not right now.
Yeah,
Um, I
can get
finished.
you done. Yeah.
I finished watching an anime. Uh, what's his name? An Ace recommend me, which is the golf anime.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not. It's not finished. We're on episode 13, and I'm waiting on the second place, second part. I'm not. No idea when it's coming come out. Stardust. Happy birthday, belated. Well, yeah, belated birthday, cause I know your birthday was a few days ago.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So I then watched. I saw on my timeline that there was this dude that he is able, capable of killing a person by literally killing him with his own heartbeat. I'm like, okay, so looked up the name of that show, and I couldn't. I found it, but I'm like, I'm gonna watch it later. So I typed it, but 1 second.
Okay.
I'm telling Jubei that we're live if you wanna come. Um, so
Is that with the guy, the demon lord who gets reincarnated and goes to a magic school?
yeah, no. Oh no, the one that killed with the heartbeat. I have no idea what's about. I have absolutely no idea what it's about. All I know that he is super powerful. If you are gonna be able to kill someone with your heartbeat.
I,
So
I I I think it is, but yeah, let me know when you find out what the actual anime is.
yeah, I will let you of course know. And other than that, I'm watching. I didn't watch that, so I looked it up and I didn't find it. I found a different anime called Welcome to Demon School. So I'm like, I seen 3 episodes, 3 seasons. So I'm like, okay, let's start with season 1. And I'm now at season 2, episode 2. And it's not an anime that you should take seriously. It have its serious moment here and there, but for the most part, it's laugh and joke. And there are some returning themes, and it frustrates me because it's a demon school, you would expect to get something epic out of it. Welcome to uh, the spectacle and the magic of it. But no, you're not. And I don't know. I'm enjoying
Yeah.
something, but I want it to evolve. But
Hmm.
at least
That that
they
that
showed
that, that's
me.
it,
Yeah.
or can I finish my list because I wasn't finished.
Oh, sorry. I thought you did. Sorry about that. Continue.
No, no, you rudely interrupted me. Um.
Be right
So
back.
yeah,
But I'm listening.
uh, Isekai Oji-san. By the way, I do recommend it. It's definitely a sort of comedy anime, but it's fascinating to look at, and also very funny how he's completely uh, estranged from the world. Like he still thinks Sega and Nintendo are competing, that kind of thing. Um, but it's also kind of funny how he's basically quite overpowered, but he also had like a miserable time in the isekai world because everybody was very handsome and he wasn't. But clearly there's a character that loved him but was a tsundere, and the tsundere genre or subgenre didn't exist yet when he went into a coma. So he didn't realize those kind of jokes. So it's pretty good. Other than that, I've also checked out Kuro no Shukanshi, or Black Summoner. Happy to say that, I mean, I've read the manga, was a bit concerned about it because of the shaky CGI I saw for one of the characters, but I'm happy to say the first episode was pretty good. So I'm hopeful that they're gonna do it justice because it's a pretty kick-ass. Well, it's an isekai. Just the main character has traded his memories for extra skill points. So he basically doesn't know who he is and has no advantage from his memories of his previous life. But he did that because he wanted to summon the goddess that reincarnated him as a summon. Which he can't yet do because not powerful enough yet, but she can talk to him. I know at some point he is could be able to partially summon her. Um, but yeah, that's kind of and he's a battle junkie, right? So he loves to fight strong opponents. So that's pretty. I think it's going to be pretty awesome if they keep this up. Because I know there's a lot of fights in there, and it's always great to see a protagonist who isn't there, to save the world or be the hero or just try to pretend to be weak, but somebody who just wants to fight. Right, that's pretty cool. Uh, and I've seen the first episode of Isekai Yakyo, or I think it's Otherworldly. Again, Isekai, of course. Pharmacy. which I also know from the manga, also pretty good. And the first episode was excellent. It looked amazing. So I think this is going to be one of those isekai gems like Michiko Tensei and Slime. That's it looked really good, and I know, and
Hold up,
it's
did you really call Slime a gem? Cause I know you don't fuck with that anime.
since when?
Oh, no, never mind. You don't like what's called ReZero. Never mind. Wrong
I
with
don't
me.
agree zero now. No, the only thing with Slime I have is that the issue I have is that it's adapting the light novels, not the web novel, which I understand why they're doing it, but I'm not a fan of
Oh, okay, in
the
that sense.
light novel expanding sort of and perhaps slowing down the story a bit because they're adding new villains and new subplots, where the web novel is a lot more faster paced and just so it was more, it snowballed continuously into escalating the scale to new heights, and that's kind of what you're missing when they're yeah uh, well, it's not always the case that light novels do that. I know
Gotcha,
that
gotcha.
Overlord is a great example where the light novel is actually better than a web novel because it has a completely different tone. Because a web novel is a lot more lighthearted than the light novel. Uh,
Mm.
there are characters that die in the light novel that are still alive in a web novel. So that's kind of interesting. That I love the light novel. I'm not such a fan of the adaptation because the animation is a bit shaky and then the CGI doesn't really look that great, and it's rushed too much because
Um, what's called reincarnated as slime? Rush?
no, I mean Overlord.
Overlord, yeah. Overlord being rushed, that's an issue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I
the light
gotcha.
novel takes its time there, which is quite a
Mm-hmm.
shame because that's why it's also so good. The light novel actually has also because it doesn't immediately show you all sides of the situation, so you're only later see the other side and realize, oh, this is what's going on, and
That
that's sort of mystery
that
you're missing.
explains then why in season 4 it felt too early that he want to create an utopia when literally 2 seasons ago he was torturing people.
Yeah, well, it is of course a sort of inconsistency in his character that he is on the one hand, uh, yeah, still thinks he's human and he wants to, but yeah, I mean that was kind of issue with the character. I mean, it does at some point get kind of annoying that he's so oblivious about what he's doing and the effect he's had, that he's super cautious even though he's probably the most powerful being in his world. So yeah, I
Interesting, so
mean,
he's stronger than humans. I thought maybe humans were gonna be able to put a good fight against them.
yeah, I dropped the light novel at some point, so I don't know but yeah, I mean there are other entities. There's also dragons in this world. I think
Mm.
those could be a threat. And I don't know if at some point actually other players will be in the world. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. We'll
I
see.
love the
But
opening music in
oh yeah,
like that
but
shit goes hard.
Isekai Yakyoku, I highly recommend you watching that first.
Send me DM, or if you can also write it on chat, in chat for people if they wanna see. Cause I love my isekai, but I want them to have some meaning. I don't want them to feel like, for example, when you are incarnated as a fucking mobile phone, I'm like, what's the point? When you're incarnated as something like, nah, I like my isekai. I like it seriously. I don't like it jokes and fun that much. What about you? Which is why I love reincarnated as a slime so much. Because it builds up, and there is what's called roughness to it. It's not all jokes and stuff like that. What do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, first of all, I put the name in the live chat.
Thank you.
Uh, yes, I do agree that it shouldn't be all jokes. And this one I think you're gonna like because it's different. It has well, okay, it's a doctor who gets reincarnated. Um, which
Don't say, cause I will watch it myself. I went in with what's called Demon School blind. I'm gonna go with this one blind.
okay,
I would
okay.
rather not know anything. Just know is it's an isekai called
I can
Isekai.
okay. I can only say that based on what I've read the manga adaptation, so
Mm-hmm.
it's really good. And the first episode really blew me away because even though it took its time, it immediately showed you some fantastic animation.
How many episodes does it have?
Well, it's the first episode just released, so I don't have.
Oh, you're talking about the uncle. I'm gonna watch it. I didn't forget
No,
about it, but
dude,
oh,
no, it's not the uncle.
oh. Also, there
This
are multiple shows with only 5 episodes, so I'm gonna wait until it get more
uh,
episodes.
apparently this season gonna have 12 episodes, which I
Oh,
expect considering the quality of the animation.
what do you mean? Is it good or is it bad?
I said it's good. It's really
Oh,
good.
it's shame that's not 24, but we will see them. I love my isekai to have oomph to it. I'm so tired and done with cookie cutter main characters.
Oh, this one will have. It's interesting, different from the standard
Nice.
trope. And yeah, I mean, if the first episode's anything to go by, this show is going to be definitely one of the best of this season, maybe this year.
Okay, we will see them. I need to catch up on last month or last season anime. Then I will get to this season anime. I have neglected anime for a while now because I was way too busy playing video games.
Yep, know the feeling.
But now I'm back and full force. And after making my food, after this show and mid eating, I'm gonna continue watching. And when I'm done with the Demon School season 2 and 3, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna look up what I missed from the previous season and check it out. Have you ever watched Golden Kamuy?
Yeah, I've watched a few episodes. Also read some of the manga. So yeah, I know what it is about.
Do you like it?
I like what I saw. It just it didn't sort of hold my interest long enough for me to say, okay, yeah, I can't stop watching this.
Yeah, I
But
dropped it after the second. The second season or before. I might get back to it, but not ideal. Have
yeah,
you?
sometimes you like that. Huh?
Yeah. Have you ever watched an anime about a dude that comes out of nothing? So a person, I don't know if a god or what, create him out of a stone, and from that stone he turns
I
into everything, anything that he mimic, and he learned to fight. To he learned
yeah,
to and yeah,
I think I know what you mean. Is that To Your Eternity?
I think that's the name. It's not for kids. Little girls
Oh,
literally die in in that anime.
yeah, no. No, yeah, I've been reading the manga, so
Oh, I'm waiting for that anime to come back because I really love it.
yeah, I definitely planning on watching the adaptation because I heard good things about it.
Also, I need to return back to what's called what's the name of that show? that started, and I had my doubt. Shield Hero.
Uh, yeah, again, that there's the. I mean, I read the web novel, and I know that the light novel is going all over the place. So I'm also kind of worried about this one because the entire idea of like that they're going to parallel worlds never happened in the web novel, aside from
Yeah, so
being
they're missing out.
something.
They're cutting content. That's the issue.
Well, it's not even that. Like I said, I think that this is the case with the light novels, adding more content there to add to the light novel that actually worsens the experience, in my opinion. Because the web novel is really good, and it's very focused on this journey of the main character, yeah, becoming the sort of pariah and then actually the proper hero. Um, yeah, I don't know if the light novel with all these extra characters and extra plot lines is as interesting as the original. Yeah, that's kind of a shame with these light novel adaptations that the authors feel like they need to change things or add things because they didn't feel like their original work was good enough, or maybe they wanted to sell more volumes because they had more content. But yeah, to me, it's like it's like an anime that adds filler arc. Yeah, this is like a canon filler arc because the author decided to add uh, yeah more chapters, more story arcs uh, in a different adaptation of their original work. Yeah, that's sort of why that turns me off the adaptations of a light novel of something that I've read the web novel of.
Gotcha. Um. So we talked a long time about other anime. Let's get to One Piece. First of all, Oda confirmed, was already confirmed a long time ago, that this is the final saga,
Yeah,
and he's super excited to draw this. Because remember,
yeah.
this is what started One Piece. This is what
Oh,
Oda have always wanted to draw, the final arc
oh, the
of the show. One Piece was never meant to be that long. One Piece was only meant to be the Shishibukai. You fight the Shishibukai, you overcome them, and then you go to Raftel. But because the show blew up, they introduced the Yonko.
the manga, you mean, the show?
Yeah, show manga. So we're there. There is so much that Oda needs to explain. Do you think he's gonna go explain everything or no?
Uh, Yeah, what's everything? I mean, you've
Okay,
seen that
let
he rushed through like he used to at the beginning, like explain every devil fruit, and now devil fruits are generally a lot of them are just named in like the SBS, right? In the side content, not actually in or in data books. So yeah, but yeah, I think major plot points, major things are obviously going to be explained. I mean, you can't leave out, the Void
let's
Sanctuary
name
and
them. Let's name them. We will each name one. Not one. Each one of us will name one. I'm gonna start. What are devil fruit? We still need an explanation for that. We need a thorough explanation to that, and the only one can give that to us is Vegapunk. What about you? What do you want to be answered?
to be fair, I think the explanation is probably all of it going to be connected, because I suspect the devil fruit might be something created by that ancient civilization that got wiped out by uh, the ancestors
So
of the
basically,
world government.
the void sensory, we need an explanation to that.
Yeah,
We
yeah. So
also
so I think a lot of that is connected. Yeah.
we also need an explanation why are people in the moon. We need to know, is Enel gonna come back, which I believe he is. You're not gonna give him.
Nah, yeah, that's the thing. I think Enel is not going to come back. I think he wanted to go to the moon, and he got to the moon, and that's it. And
I would
I
have
think
agreed with you if not for the cover page. You're not gonna you're not gonna put effort into the cover page, and it means nothing.
I mean yeah, okay, sure, there are some cover pages that have effect on the main plot, like with Wapol, that story on the cover page, yeah, explain
CP9,
how he got where he was. Well, CP9 not so much. I mean, it's a
it,
pretty throwaway because it doesn't explain how they ended up with CP0, right? It just
no,
explained
but
how they so when Rogue were blamed for everything, so they had to go on a run and they had to treat Lucci, but that's about it. It doesn't actually explain how they became, or I don't know if all of them that became part of CP0, but yeah, it is pretty throwaway. I mean, you didn't need that to get to where they are now.
mhm.
So it depends.
Okay, so we have CP9, CP0, and we have what's called the Fishman Island. Is it really going to be destroyed? So yes, why? And why would Luffy destroy it? We need that. What do you want to be answered yourself?
um, yeah, the Void Century is obviously the most important thing.
Yeah,
I think
that's connected to Vegapunk.
yeah.
That's for sure. He's gonna either him or what's called Robin is gonna break it down.
Yeah, of course, Robin is going to discover the past, and I think
With
the thing is what we discussed that before is that Rayleigh also said like, yeah, they saw it all, they know what happened, but he also said like, they weren't scholars like the our archaeologists. Robin is. So she might be able to give it a proper interpretation that's might be different from what Roger and his
yeah,
crew
we
found out.
we still need an explanation to Dragon. Why is he doing this? His connection to Garp. I know what the
Mhm.
connection is, but why the fallout? I had the feeling gonna be something to do with Dragon Wife, which is I would not be surprised if Dragon Wife was Terabito, Celestial Dragon, but a
Yeah,
sane one, and
I
she got killed because of her action, and that's why
yeah,
we have Dragon.
or yeah, either that or she became a victim of the celestial dragons,
Hmm.
as a lot of people do. But yeah, it would be yeah, it's interesting if Luffy's mom was actually a celestial dragon. That would be an
Yeah.
interesting idea.
So uh, clearly there is too many stuff to be explained. Shank connection to Blackbeard. Why do they have history?
Mm,
A Blackbeard being able of eating the devil fruit. Can he eat a
I,
third
I'm
one?
not
Is he
I'm
connected
not
to
sure
Rock?
if the history between Shanks and Blackbeard is that deep because they were both crew members of opposing
You know,
pirate crew.
I know that, but with Shanks and Blackbeard is different, especially how Blackbeard was able. of giving Shanks that card.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah,
I was
there's definitely going to, they need to explain how that happened because they need
it
to, how he said that. That was quite ominous. Like he
cause
really, he didn't let his guard down. That's
cause
what he said.
cause Shanks told Whitebeard, I didn't get this card because I was careless. That make you wonder. Other than that, we what? Oh, so the voice center. We need to know what the fuck is happening with the world right now, but that's gonna be explained, I
Mhm.
think. So the voice. We need to know. So is Devil Fruit related? The Vegapunk is gonna explain it. Um, what
Yeah,
else?
yeah, probably, yeah, I think so.
I don't
Uh,
not if Vegapunk escaped, that's going to be one of the worst blunders in the manga. Cause
I would not be surprised if Vegapunk may be the one in charge of that sword, right? That organization within
oh,
uh, Marines.
so then
Because
would you put Akainu in sword? Cause Akainu have a sword tattoo on his chest, on on his chest or something, not chest, on his
well,
arm or
no,
something like that.
what, why would the admiral, the leader of the Marines, be in an organization that might be running counter to it? That I find it hard to believe. He's a
Be-
hardliner.
because he realized he is not the the leader. The celestial, not celestial dragon. What's the name? The Gorosei controls the marines, not him.
You know who I believe is in Sword, who hasn't been revealed to be in Sword.
Aokiji, of course.
Yes, exactly.
What could have
Is
happened is this: Aokiji told Akainu, "We need someone to uh, what's called to change." Like let's call it out. Let's say like this: they went and fought, and at some point they came to the realization, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And Akainu gonna be Aoki is gonna be like, I don't trust the Gorosei and stuff like that. So maybe at some point Aoki and Akainu made the plan that which explains why we never got to see the fight. Um, because Oda wanna keep it a surprise until the very end. What's called? So Akina and Kuji fight, and at the end they hatch a plan. Akuji is gonna go undercover, and Akainu is gonna take control over the marine, and both of them are gonna be part of Sword. And in order to make it legitimate, Aokiji lost an arm, or no, a leg, I think, or an arm. I forgot what he lost. Just to make it,
it was
cause
a leg.
huh?
Yeah. I think it was the leg. Yeah.
Believable or no?
It sounds like a plot of another manga I read at some point.
Really?
Yeah, I think Sanctuary is the manga. I think they also adapted in an anime movie or OVA at some point. But that it's
Okay.
also the plot is there's two twins who or two friends who survived the killing fields and was it Burma, I believe. And they come back to Japan and want to change it and want and so with a coin toss they decide, okay, you're going to become a yakuza and going to conquer the underworld. I'm going to become a politician and going to become prime minister.
Okay. Looks interesting. Definitely gonna watch it then. Cause I watched Tokyo Revenger and I fell in love with it.
Well, if you wanna read a real delinquent manga, you should read
I
Crows
don't
and
like
Words.
reading. I love watching, and I loved it watching.
Uh,
So,
uh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
because watching have that animation, have that voice acting. Without the voice acting, Tokyo Revengers is meh.
I mean, I've been reading the mangas just to know what happens next.
You know what happened next?
I know what happens next, yes,
I
but
can't wait.
I'm not gonna tell you because there's
Thank
so
you.
many spoilers.
Thank you. So
By the
back
way,
to yeah,
yeah, yeah, no, just want to say, yeah, back to One Piece.
yeah, back to One
One
Piece.
one explanation we also need to get is about the rock screw, right? About Zebek.
Yeah, Rock Screw. Another explanation is God Valley. What happened? But I think this is why
Uh,
uh, uh,
and his connection to Blackbeard because
it
his
is
ship is called the Saber
well,
Zebek.
Black Valley, God Valley is connected to a lot of people. Blackbeard, maybe Shanks. Maybe that's when Shanks got its life. Um, it's connected to Kaido. It's connected to Rock, which is explain why Oda rushed through Kaido backstory, cause he didn't want to spoil God Valley incident so right now.
But I'm gonna bet that either Blackbeard is Zebek's son, we're gonna see something really bizarre like Zebek maybe living inside
Yeah,
Blackbeard, and
that
that's why
can
he can
be,
have two devil fruits, right?
which make it more likely that he's gonna eat a third one.
I don't know
Or
if that might be the only. Yeah, I mean, what's he gonna do? Because he has like one hand, the yummy yummy to me, and one hand. Is he gonna use his feet next?
no, he's gonna turn into a one. Or
I
a mystic.
nah. I think I think there's the trick there is that he's two persons in one body, and that's probably why he
But
is able to
with
use two devil fruits.
everything, he is a three. He wears three earrings. He uses three pistols. Everything he does is a three. Even his ship have three faces, I think.
Hmm, okay,
So
that that
the
might be
theory,
then the secret uh, weapon that he has, or trump card. That oh yes, he thought I had two, I have three.
what if what if one of the weapon mass destruction is in what's called on the moon? What if Pluto is on the moon? No, 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 no. Pluto is in Wano. What
Yeah,
is no, no, no? Uranus. Which one is Wano?
I
Pluto.
think Pluto was.
Yeah, yeah, Pluto. Then we missing Uranus.
That could be on the moon because
That could be on
Uranus
the moon.
was a titan of the sky.
And one is in the hand of Shanks, I think.
What were there four?
No, no, no. How many are there left? I forgot.
I mean, yeah, Poseidon, that's the Mermaid Princess. Pluto was supposed to be in Wano and in Uranus. I don't know if there's a fourth one.
Okay. Mm, so the princess is um.
No, there's only three one. Yeah, three ancient weapons.
So there are five, right? I think
No, three.
Three.
Yeah.
So then princess is one. What's called the the other one is in Pluto in Vana, and the third one is going to be then in what's called the moon. Makes sense. And then the final two poneglyphs or three poneglyphs. One with Shanks, one with Blackbeard, and one is maybe in Alba.
In what? Where?
Hmm?
In?
Can you repeat that?
No, I was asking what you said.
I said when it comes to so three weapons. One is Mama. Oh, no, no, not Mama. One is the princess. One is in Wano, and the third one can be in the moon.
Possibly.
Um, the other one is um there are then how many uh red pan of live left? Two or three?
The road poneglyphs. I think they have okay. I think there are four, right? So there's only one left.
No, more. Because one is either with Shank or Blackbeard, and the other one is. Uh, I think there's three. One with Shanks, one with Blackbeard, and the other one with what's called.
Road poly. There are only four road poneglyphs.
Okay, so they have one in what's called. They made a copy of one from Big Mom.
Hmm.
The one was in Zhao. So then one with either Shanks or Blackbeard, and the other one can be in either Elbaf or that.
Didn't Kaido have one?
No.
Yes. I'm just
Kaido,
looking at looking at the wiki. There is a road poneglyph in Wano.
I don't recall them, recall Brooke making a copy of it.
Well, they may not have. Uh, I think Robin was checking out the poneglyphs in the last chapter. Not sure.
Hmm.
There. Uh, there's two you mentioned Zoe and in like Island. Wapno has one, and there was one used to be in Fishman Island, but it got moved, so nobody knows where it is.
Hmm. Well, we will see. Are you, so what else? We are definitely, so Devil Fruit Devil Fruit Origin, Voice Entry, that can be done, that one. Vegapunk, that two, that three. Shank, Blackbeard, and the Voice Entry, and the God Valley, that's four. What else? I'm trying to round it up to see if he can get through all of it in 2 3 years. Cause,
Joy Boy?
cause the way we're breaking it down, it may seem like you need another 5 to 8 to 10 years.
No, I don't think so. But thinking Joy Boy, that's made part of the Voice Century,
Oh
but
yeah,
he
Joy Boy is gonna be
adapted.
part of the White Century.
Yeah.
But remember, even
Uh,
after Luffy finds the One Piece, then a war is gonna happen.
yeah, that's what you have to wait and see. Is One Piece the final part of the journey, or is the war going to happen? Because
No,
I'd say the
bef-
war's going to happen No, I think it's going to happen before they find because I
No,
think the One
because
Piece is going to be they're going to fight over the One Piece. I
no,
don't think that Luffy is going to be the Pirate King and then going to fight a war.
because what's his name? Whitebeard said it. He said somebody is going to find the One Piece and find out the true history, and then a
Hmm.
big war is gonna happen,
Did
and
he
that's
say that?
what's his name? Uh, Sengoku is afraid of, and the money, and the world government are afraid of.
Mm,
And when
I
Whitebeard
don't,
said it,
I
Sengoku
don't remember
reacted.
that.
Huh?
I don't remember him saying that a war will break out
I do
after.
remember. I do remember because that's an iconic moment. He said, what's called, um, Roger is not the one, Tish, Roger is not the person, you're not the person Roger is waiting for. And then he turned out to what's called, to Sengoku and say, Sengoku, you and the Marine are afraid of someone finding the One Piece, learning the true history, and then challenge the world government. And when that happens, there's going to be a war that you have never seen before. And then he finally say, One Piece, oh, Ishurari, whatever you want to say it. I don't can't spell it. Give me a second. I'm gonna look up Whitebeard speech because I remember uh, Whitebeard dying speech.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too.
Oh, okay. No, that quote. I need. What are White Piece like? What? No, that's One Piece. So here, he say, "You're not the man, the one Tish. The man Roger was waiting for at the very least. It's not you, Tish. Just as oh, continue the web. Just as there are people who inherited Roger will, somebody one will carry Ace will, which is gonna be Luffy. You may eradicate their bloodline, but their flame never dies. For many ages, it has been passed down through generation, and someday, bringing the weight of all these generations, a man will appear. Okay, let me. Uh, a man will appear and to challenge this world. Sengoku, you people of the world government are living in fear of the great battle that will someday, someday, um, why can't I get every it out of every it, all of it? Because it's not remit. So, um, and so finally, yeah, we've been out. It has been, oh my freaking, yeah, short spoiler. Um, someday someone will appear carrying the history of all those decades on his back and challenge this whole world to a fight. Um, I truly remember, so he didn't say it. Oh my god. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember him saying it.
No, I have it here. So let me read what he said. So okay, so those who carry the will of Roger, and how many also? but now have also come to carry the will of the late Ace, even though the blood has been extinguished, their flame is yet to disappear. And that way, even from far away and long ago, it was continually being passed down time and time again. And one day, hundreds of years into the future, all of it will be written into history. Those who came to fight for this world, Sengoku, all of you, the world government, are going to come. It's going to come. A grand battle that engulfs the entire world is coming. Not that I care, but whenever someone finds that treasure, the world will return to surprise. Send someone to find it, the day will surely come. And that's in One Piece as it exists. So,
So
you know, I don't know if that means the he's explicitly referring to when somebody finds the One Piece that the battle will come, or if he's talking about a battle will come and then
right,
somebody
yeah.
will find the One Piece. Okay,
1 second.
anything?
Yeah,
No.
I heard you. I just tweeted out to Prince. You know Prince, the developer on Twitter. So
Uh,
the one with the cat profile. You know him. You heard him talk a lot. He
Prince.
he said on multiple occasions that the concept of having God of War on 11/11 impossible because it takes a long time to plan something like that. Yet from the date, from the video that we seen today, they planned it on 11/11, but then removed it at the final at the very end. So I sent him a tweet asking, so did it take a long time planning, or is that something you change very
Yeah,
easily?
but yeah, I'd say no. I'd say he's still right that you can't just change it willy-nilly. But moving it up a couple of days is not as hard as, yeah, we're gonna change the month or the year that we're going to release it.
Fair
That's
point,
obviously
but
a big
then the
difference.
release date was always meant to be 11/11, but they got scared of the what's called the people on Twitter
I
and
I don't
decided to
think they
make it.
can. No, 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 absolutely not. I mean, 11/11 makes perfect sense purely because generally these games are released at the end of the week, so on a Friday, and
So
then the
why
week
did they
before.
say on Thursday then? I mean, yeah, was Wednesday, Odin Day. They changed it to quote unquote Odin Day. Why?
I think they explicitly wanted to it to be on Odin Day. That they thought, okay,
No, it
we
makes
want it
no
to be special.
sense to show what they showed today. You're not gonna make such mistake. Like now, dude, they filmed a video them showing it 11/11.
Yeah, the video or a tweet.
I think video or tweet something, and then they deleted
I
it.
I saw, yeah, I saw a tweet, but oh, so either somebody that had a social media account was playing a joke, or indeed it was supposed to come out 11/11 at some point, but then they lobbied for or asked Sony, okay, look, we want to do it on Wednesday because that's Odin's Day. It would be special to us that we can release it on this specific day. I think that it has nothing to do with the whole the Starfield thing. That would be ridiculous. That they would why? What would they be afraid of? The bots complaining?
Yep.
They're gonna go. They're shitting on God of War anyway. They're calling it DLC. Who cares?
I mean, PlayStation. This is no longer the cutthroat PlayStation that used to be. They are now cutthroat when it comes to content, but not when it comes to what's called being vicious.
I mean, I still think they have that in them, but it's just it's a different time now. I mean, you have to be a bit more careful what you say. And say, to be perfectly honest, I can understand that they're not gonna actively engage in the console war, unlike a certain other company. because you understand that in today's world can escalate to a point where, yeah, you don't want to be the company that's going to be named when some fanboys do some crazy shit in real life,
But
and they say, yeah, we were goaded into it because of these companies making these very zany
but
promotion videos.
Adam Greenberg exists. This dude is a
Yeah, I
biggest
know.
Microsoft fanboy.
Yeah, exactly, and that's also one of my main criticisms on the Xbox side is that they're feeding those fanboys. And I know
Dude,
what they're doing.
Phil Spencer
This is the
follows
yeah, I know,
fanboys.
yeah, I
He
know, no,
he
but
loves them.
this is part of their strategy. This is
I know.
this is, yeah, Trumpism, right? Exactly, because that's what Trump did. He created confusion. He said everything was fake news that didn't correspond with that didn't sit well with him. And then people are going to make up their own world. They're going to, just like the Xbox fanboys, they're going to make up say everything that's negative about Xbox is fake news. It's negativity. And they're just going to keep on praising it, even if what they're doing doesn't make any sense or doesn't benefit them anyway. But okay, yeah, it's probably a topic for a
For
certain gaming
tomorrow.
podcast. Yeah.
No, but this is I came to the conclusion that I thought what I want to talk about was this one, and Jubei was supposed to come, but he didn't come, so there's that. But also,
Mhm.
I'm to blame because I was late. With One Piece, I think yeah, next week we okay. Well, series for next week. What's gonna happen? They're gonna escape, or they're gonna confront, or he's gonna confront them.
They're beyond the point where they're just gonna run away from Admiral. If he's gonna come and fighting, they're gonna fight back.
So, what do you expect? A fighting?
Yeah, that's a
Choose
question
one.
because
Either they're
what
gonna fight or run away.
I don't think they're gonna run away. I think the Admiral's gonna have
I think
to
they're gonna fight
bail.
because Robin is not with them right now. So if they run away, they're gonna leave her behind.
Yeah, as I said, they're not gonna run away.
So
That's not gonna happen. But the question is, uh, so yeah, if they're gonna fight, they're gonna defeat the Admiral. I don't think that's going to happen at this point because that would weaken the world government too much. What I think is going to happen, they're going to fight, and he's going to have to retreat. But yeah, I mean, you say maybe he's going to kidnap Robin. Again, I don't feel like that might happen because we've already been there. I mean, we're not going to do Ines Lobby again.
I don't think he minds doing that, cause Oda have done multiple stuff back to back because he can.
Yeah, but yeah, but I don't agree with the whole narrative that, oh yeah, Oda is just recycling things. He did things on purpose. Like he did
I
the
know, I
entire.
know, I know, but he can do this on purpose too with Ostabo.
Yeah,
Because
but
now
but
it's gonna be different. Now I'm gonna have Luffy and his what's called his Grand Fleet. Because remember when Fleet was formed, the narrator said that they're gonna be involved in a huge war of epic proportion. Do you remember that?
yeah,
Or
but here's the thing. I don't think Robin is weak enough that, I mean, I'm not saying that she can defeat an admiral, but she's not weak enough that she's going to be kidnapped by. And actually, if you look at his powers, they're very similar, right? He can grow plants, and the Robin can grow uh, body parts, our arms, legs, like there are plants, or flower fruits. How many me? That's her devil power. So it would be interesting that they basically would be evenly matched. I think their powers would work in that way that he can sprout flowers from everywhere, plants from everywhere, and she can just grow limbs from everywhere. So I don't, maybe he will try, but I don't think he will succeed.
I can't believe uh, Robin besting an admiral like this. Not even for
I
one
think
second.
I think so. Because see, here's the
Okay.
thing: you have to real look. No, no, Ivory. I mean, a member like Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy, sure, you absolutely see that happening. That's I say it. A lot of these battles depend on how well they're matched, right? And it's not just in terms of power, but in terms of abilities. You've seen that countless times, like with Impel Down, right? That Mister Three his power suddenly came in handy when facing against a poison human, right? So I'd say that her powers might actually be the thing that will help them because of Green Bull's ability to just sprout plants everywhere. That she, hey, look, I can do the same thing. I'll just stop them all. You guys can beat the shit out of him.
Okay, we will see. So, at the very end, you think the Straw Hat is gonna have access to Pluto? Are they gonna be able to put Pluto on their ship? Kind of like combine Sunny with Pluto? Cause,
I yeah, I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends on what exactly is the reason why. I mean, it's a very big battleship, but it has to have some sort of weapons that make it so frightening. I say maybe that Frankie will incorporate some of the technology there, but probably not to the extent that that's going to be capable of blowing up an island with one shot. Could be that Green Bull might actually switch targets, and when they discover Pluton, that he might steal the blueprints or something, right? And
mm-hmm.
that will make him go away, and that will escalate the conflict because the world government finally has access to the ancient weapon.
And to be fair, Luffy alone can now destroy an island, if not more.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to um, be on a level, right? Because that could be indeed interesting if there is there going to be a battle with an ancient weapon based on the Pluton blueprints and Luffy.
So the question is Luffy ready for Blackbeard right now? No, eh? He needs more power up. But on the other hand, you're
I'd
gonna
say,
power up Blackbeard as well.
well, I'd say he needs to, you know, get more used to Gear Five. But there's not much. I mean, okay, the saga could still have a few battles, but you know, there's not much leeway there to say, okay, yeah, we're going to first fight this very challenging opponent for Luffy to unlock another gear or another version of Gear 5 before he can face off against Blackbeard. I mean, I think the test here is being Kaido was a Yonko. I mean, I'd say Kaido could. Uh, Obviously, Kaido and Blackbeard couldn't just defeat Kaido, right? I mean, if he had ever planned to do so, it would have to be some clever ploy. I don't think he can do that straight up. So I say at this point we're sort of in that territory where I don't think necessarily we're going to see someone even stronger, right? That we're on the top level, right? All the Yonko are the top. It just depends on how these powers will mesh and the setting, right? Will be a straight up fight, or will there be complications? Will he have a lot of help? Will he have maybe Blackbeard will get an ancient weapon, right? And like you said, maybe he has a third power that he keeps hidden. And of course, he has a massive advantage with both his powers because he has one power can destroy the world, and another power that can nullify Devil's Fruit powers.
Hmm. So when it comes to Luffy, I don't think this is his final form. You're not gonna give his your main character a final form early. You're gonna give him a final form mid fight and before the final fight or something like that. Like maybe Gear 6 or either learn how to. I don't know. But if this is Gear 5, it's not gonna be its final form. Impossible. Too early for that. Would you agree or disagree?
Well, I don't think there's going to be a Gear 6, but I'd say that Gear 5 might evolve. Um, I don't know. Maybe at some point it will be he will go berserk, right? And comes a dark version of Gear 5, right?
Mm,
That is very black instead of white hair or something like that,
that would be
or purple.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, anything you want to say?
I don't know. Yeah, I was under the misapprehension that this week was One Piece coming back, but
I
so I
thought
was looking for.
so. I truly
Yeah, it
believed it, and I took an L on that.
was so disappointing that there was no new chapter this morning.
Yeah,
But one more week.
one more week, and then we gonna get to it. I'm super excited, and
Me
clearly
too.
Oda is stoked. Well, you're thinking, how long do you think the final chapter, final saga is gonna last? I believe 8 to 10. Impossible 5 year. Not with Oda. Not with Oda taking breaks and so on.
Um, yeah, at least 5 years. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be finished in 2 years. No, never going to happen.
Either 8 or 10 years.
I don't know if that.
You don't see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let let's count
Well,
the
well. Yeah.
let's count the arc. We have Elbaf. You need to go to Elbaf. Elbaf being hyped up. This is Usopp dream. That's one. We need to get the two poneglyphs or one, I think. Uh, we need to know where the final weapon is. We need a Shank and Blackbeard confrontation because you know it's coming. You know Blackbeard is killing Shanks unless Shanks turn out to be evil. And it's gonna be a three-way between Blackbeard, Shanks, and Luffy. Um, we need to deal with the Marines. Unless Sabo is gonna do that, but Sabo seems to be way too weak right now to do so. We need what's called Void Century. We need Dragon History. We need God Valley story. We need Vegapunk story. Origin of Devil Fruit. Already more than 10 uh, what's called topics that we need to cover. Not to mention the Noah, Fishman Island getting destroyed, the final fight and stuff like that. Nah, dude, this is not being done in 5 years. I'm sorry, not with this order. Maybe he intended to do it in 5 years, but with him taking break every time, this is an 8 year to 10 year. Uh, Unless he's gonna skip a lot of stuff that's gonna be implemented in the chat in the anime.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do that. But I, yeah, I don't know because I'm just checking. The Wano arc lasted like 3 years. So I mean, you
Which
could
arc?
the Wano arc, and I'm counting from right after the Whole Cake Island arc, and it's so that's also the end of
One
2018.
arc. Okay. Oh, so we have news on One Piece chapter 1045. I'm not 54. I'm not spoiling anything. So, leaker reaction. It was worth it. Every damn second. Oh my god, really was cooking up a storm, huh? Yonka production. The chapter is really fired. So, apparently next week's chapter is gonna be so insane.
All right. Looking forward to it.
I can't wait. And obviously no break. Cause,
Just had one.
we had a few.
Yeah, I mean, the man can afford it.
So, anything else you wanna say?
Nope.
With that being said, thank you all that came through. The two of you. And I can't wait. And yeah, Yonko Production. Do you know who Yonko Production is?
Yonko Production.
Yeah, so he's a content creator on YouTube,
Oh,
and he's all about the Japanese stuff. And he put out a GIF of Ace with the Flame Emperor sun move, uh, insinuating that it's fire, that One Piece chapter is fire.
ah. Yeah, I don't generally follow the One Piece content creators.
I only follow a few. Well, three. King of Lighting, Tekken, and Roger Bay.
All right.
And yeah, wait, where people can find you?
You can find me on Twitter as the Weep Sheriff at Infinite Rhizome, and you can find me on YouTube as Blue Rhizome.
Shout out to you, and people can find me at Carabas Job on Twitter and Vitamin G podcast every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow, it's going down. We're gonna talk God of War. We're gonna talk 343. We're gonna talk so what's called Xbox Horrendous Gold, and that's it. Can't wait. With that being said, shout out to everyone that came through, and see you next week. And thank you for coming through, Weep. I was the one that I was late, and I apologize for that. And can't wait for next week. I'm gonna even put a timer on, just to not be late.
All right.